called, but few were chosen. The numbers are rising and showing.
Welcome to American History Class 101, the real American history. You see, the American history that we're talking about is the indigenous American history. You see, the history that you learned in school is not real history. The history you learned about America is not really American history. What y'all say, well, it is American history. And whose story is it? The story that the white man tells. The lies that he tells. Welcome to the real indigenous American history. Indigenous American History Class 101 is about to start. See, sometimes we got to go out in the streets and teach our people the real truth. Because they going mentally. They walking around out here thinking they black people. They walking around out here thinking they African Americans. They walking around out here thinking they Negroes. You know, these are all the terms the white man gave you. All the lies he told you. Look at your skin. Is your skin black? We actually had to go through this with our people. We had to ask our people, is your skin black? I give $50 to somebody who can come up here and prove that their skin is black. I will give you $50 if you can come up here and show that your skin is black. Right now, cash. Who gonna take that offer? I want to meet a black person. Where's a black person at? I will give a black person $50 if they come up here right now and prove that they black. Because I want to show you something. You know why ain't nobody gonna take that bet? Because there are no black people. There's no such thing as black people. There's no such thing as African Americans. How the hell you gonna link yourself nationally to a continent? You don't link a nation to a continent of people. You see, these are all false identities. These are all false identities. The so-called black man and black woman have no culture in America. You have no history in America. You have nothing in America. And that goes for you so-called black people in the West Indies. I know you like a lot of you like black people in the West Indies like to believe you got a heritage and a culture, but you don't. I'm sorry to tell you. You don't have a culture. None of us have a culture here. You know why? Because our identity has been hijacked. Our identity has been hijacked. You know who we are? From the North American Indians to the South American Indians to the West Indians and whatnot, we are the American Indians of this land. The indigenous American people of this land. Whether you in the West Indies, whether you in Puerto Rico, whether you in the Dominican Republic, whether you in Jamaica, wherever you are, whether you here in North America, your family came up from down south somewhere, you are the North American, South American, and Central American Indians. That's who you are. That's who you are. We're dealing with real history class today. Real indigenous history class. Not the stuff that the white man teach you, because what he's teaching you is European history. He's teaching you European history about George Washington, you know, the slave trader, George Washington, the man who was doing human trafficking, that y'all sit up here and love so much, the rapist, the slave trader, you know, all the people they call founding fathers who are sitting up here who was trained in slavery, right? You worship the image of these people who sold you into slavery, right? They told you they brought you from Africa on slave ships, and y'all sit up here and believe that nonsense? You believe that you were brought from Africa on slave ships, jammed in like sardines, because they keep showing you that lying-ass picture. They keep showing you that fake picture that they drew. That was a drawing. There were no slave ships before 1850. There were no ships, no cargo ships before 1850. Fun fact. So how did they transport millions of so-called slaves into America? Answer, they weren't. They weren't transporting anybody anyway. We never left here. The real American Indians never left America. They trying to get you to leave America by telling you that you're African. They trying to get you to leave America by telling you you're African. Now a lot of these so-called Pan-Africans, they going over to Africa and believing that. They going over to Africa and believing that they actually Africans, unfortunately. Our people walking around out here being told you African American. You're not no African and you're not from Africa, so you need to stop telling that lie. We're the American Indians, not to be confused with the Native Americans. The Native Americans are your fake Caucasian Indians, your fake Mongoloid Indians. You know, the people that they show you and tell you, oh, these are the Indians, you ones you saw in the movies, which were all white actors with brown makeup on their damn face. You see? The real Indians is right here. You see, we don't have that culture. We don't have that knowledge of who we are. That's why black people acting like savages out here in America. That's why you acting like savages in America, because you don't know who you are. your identity due to identity theft. You lost your identity due to identity theft. And here goes the identity that was taken away from you. Here goes the identity that was taken away from you. As the real Americans here. I told you that American is our nationality. Our nationality. Our only nationality. American. The first Americans. The first Americans. The ones who were found here as the copper-colored people. The bronze copper-colored people who was found in America by the Europeans who came here, who now want to claim themselves to be Americans. They tell you this lie that the word America comes from some Italian explorer called Amerigo Vespucci, which is a lie. If you go further into the history, you see that Amerigo Vespucci's real name is Alberico Vespucci, not Amerigo. Alberico. He took the word America, or the word Amir, from the people who are already here in America. That word comes from the Mayans, who are our people. The Mayans are indigenous Americans, bronze, copper-colored people, so-called black people. The Mayans, the Aztec, the Inca, the Olmec, that's our people. You know, the ones who are sitting up here, the people who are trying to sit up here in those countries and trying to claim who we are, trying to claim our heritage, claim our identity. No, it has to be an awakening. Y'all looking for some sort of liberty or some sort of real awakening. This is the awakening right here. This is reality right here. Everything else was fantasy. Us being Muslims, us being Christians, us being Israelites, us being all that other stuff, that was fantasy, man. That's fantasy. This is reality right here. This is reality. The real American Indians are waking up. The real American Indians are waking up. And they didn't come from no Africa. They didn't come from no Africa. The real American Indians are waking up. The real American indigenous people are waking up. You see, and a lot of people not going to like that, but oh well, let them get mad. Let them get mad. We're not talking about the Native Americans any damn way. They could be their own little separate Native American. We already know that's the fake $5 Indians. We already know that's the Dorzak Indians. We already know that's the culture vultures. We already know that the Native Americans are the culture vultures of the American Indian. There's a difference again. But you so-called blacks out there, black people who believe that you're joining these American Indian tribes or these Native American tribes, we have no place in no Native American tribes. We the American Indians. We were here before everybody. We were here in America before everybody. We came from South and Central America into North America first as the Mayans. As the Mayans, as the Aztec. That's how we got into America. Ain't nobody bring us on no damn slave ships. We didn't come here as no slaves. But like I said, you wouldn't know it to look at black people today. You wouldn't know it to look at them today. Because y'all walk around like slaves out here in America. You walk around out here like lost people in America. Lost your minds, lost your body, lost your soul. Lost people in America. That's why they can just give over their heritage to everybody. You see? Because you don't know what your true history is. When they said that they wiped the so-called American Indians out of America, what they meant was a paper genocide. This was a paper genocide that took place. They wiped the American Indians out through paper genocide. By calling them Negroes. By calling them African Americans. By calling them black people. You know, something that don't even exist. Now, you so-called blacks, African Americans, or Negroes, you happy with that falsehood. You happy with the false identity. You see, because they tell you, you can't get a goddamn thing and from the society if you don't declare yourself an African American. Whatever the hell that is. Whatever that is. That is nothing. That represents nothing. We are the American Indians here in America, the American Indigenous, American Indigenous, the American Indigenous people, and we are waking up to the reality of who we are as the American Indigenous people, the American Indigenous, the American Indian, the real American Indians, the real Americans. You're not going to see most so-called black men standing up like this. You're not going to see that because they gone mentally. They're the reason why the babies out here lost today, man. They're the reason why the babies out here lost today because you so-called black men and black women are lost out here. The fact that you're still calling yourself black people proves that you lost. The fact that you're still calling yourself black people proves that you lost. The fact that you're still worshiping the white man's God, this Jesus, proves that you lost. It proves that the so-called black man and black woman is lost. The fact that the so-called black man and black woman still want to follow the white man and the white woman proves that their gods, you want to follow their religion, you want to follow their belief, even their so-called history, which tell you that they brought you as slaves here into America. You want to follow the lies. You see, you want to follow the lies of America. Y'all don't want to say to yourself, and again, this is all about bringing out the truth. Because see, the people in this society, they don't like the truth, and even so-called black people, unfortunately. Your so-called black people don't like the truth. They don't like the truth about who they are. It puts them on edge. It makes them edgy. It makes them hyper, because they don't want to offend other people. Black people don't want to offend other people. They don't want to offend other people by saying, you know what, this is my goddamn country. We're the first Americans and the only real Americans here. We didn't come from no Africa. Ain't nobody bring us on no goddamn slave shit. You need to stop telling that lie, first of all. You got this cracker over in damn Florida, Ron DeSantis, about to tell you, to tell your children that slavery benefited black people. And you know what them dumb Negroes gonna do over there in Florida? They're gonna send their children right back to that school to learn that. Because they too goddamn lazy to educate their own children. They're too goddamn lazy to educate their own children. If they're gonna teach you that, then you shouldn't be sitting up here doing any of that. You shouldn't be sitting up here entertaining any of that.
You notice they got the green stripes on there? That's for the Irish. That's for the Irish. Yeah, they got the green stripes on there. That's for the Irish.
Irish crackers. Yeah. The real patty rolls. Notice they brought them back out because they're gonna start yoking up the so-called black man and black woman out. They brought back the Irish crackers. But anyway. So, let's just be clear who the first real Americans are, who the real American Indians are. Y'all done set up here and had your culture taken from you. You done set up here and had your identity taken from you. You done got set up here and been told you African. You done been set up here and told you were African in your own country. You done had people house you so-called black men and black women and told you that you come from Africa. Nigga, this ain't your country. That's basically what they told you. In your country. Why they taking hold and taking up space in your country? This ain't your country. That's what they telling you. They telling you that.
Many are called, but few were chosen. The numbers are rising and showing. Every time we gather